Guys, I wanted to come on here today to dive into a controversial topic, particularly right now. And if you've read the title of this video, you know what that is. We're going to be talking about the Sig Sauer P320 and all of the controversy surrounding it. It's an absolute tragedy what has happened recently with the airmen. And I know that this is probably going to be one of those videos that has a lot of differing views, and I just wanted to talk about mine on the P320. For the record, I do not have any connection with Sig Sauer other than I own a few of their products and I have not had any issues with them. I wanted to talk about some of the tests and things like that have been going around, people have been doing online, and I think that that's a good thing. Now, my experience with SIG, and I'm just going to throw this out there with it being just my experience with some of the things as far as the tests that people have done online. I've actually tried to do a few of those on mine, and I have not had any type of discharge. I have not had any type of action where the striker has released. But again, that is just my samples, my guns. And I know that there is a video circling around, or a couple of them, from a guy that has gone in. I cannot think of his name, and I'll try to put his name somewhere here on the video. But he did a video to where he was showing the P320. Basically, if the trigger was pressed back so far and the slide was jostled around, that the striker would fall, and he discharged basically a prime casing in that video. And even he said that he tried it on a total of, I think, 3 P320s in his video, and he could only get it to happen on one of them. And that was one that a friend of his that he had gotten the gun from, who was a competitive shooter. But the other two that he had, they did not have that issue. Again, another thing about that gun is it is one that had been sent back for the voluntary upgrade program that SIG had done, and it was not a newer manufactured firearm. But anyways, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was some of the things that he said in that video, particularly when it comes to why the secondary sear did not capture that striker when it began to fall. It's a very short ledge. In fact, if you were to disassemble some other firearms, you're going to see that their sear, that ledge on their sear, is a little bit bigger. And again, this is just my sample, the guns that I have experience with, that I've had my hands on for years. And this gun is, again, it is the standard 320. It was manufactured following the upgrade and all of that sort of thing. And there again, when you're doing that, again, that's very little ledge right there for that sear. As soon as you begin pressing that trigger, you can see that safety lever coming up. Let's get that trigger up there. You can see the movement of that. Very slight movement to release the striker safety, and just immediately following that, that sear will begin to move. Okay, it does not take much at all. And as short as that ledge is for that sear, what he's doing is he is setting it basically just to the very tip of it. And then when he squeezes it, obviously with that slop that is in the machining with the rails or whatever, it would fall on that one gun. Mine, I've tried to get it to do it, and I've not had any luck at it. It's not done that. Again, that's just the experience that I've had with my guns and so on. And these triggers are light. There is no question of that. They are a very light trigger, and that is what people have wanted for the longest time, is they have wanted that super light, super crisp trigger. You can do a similar action, a similar thing with virtually any firearm out there, whether it is a 1911, whether it is a revolver, or whatever. If you basically take that sear or press that trigger back to just the very edge of that sear releasing, you're going to see virtually the same thing happen on any of those guns. Okay, that's just how it works. I think it's a tragedy, and I don't think SIG is going to recover from it regardless what anybody says. And this is what my point is of this video. I think that just because of the publicity against SIG, against the 320, I think that it's going to be one that they're not really going to be able to recover from. I'll be honest with you guys. My opinion, I like them. I like the gun still. I don't carry it all the time. I have carried it. I shoot a lot of guns, but my carry guns, I'll just say it, guys, are typically Glocks, just because I like Glocks. I like Sig. I like Glocks. There's several guns out there that I like, but I prefer Glock as my everyday carry, even though I do occasionally carry another brand, sometimes even a 1911, just depending on what's going on. But I do think that Sig has they have something on their hands that I don't think they're going to recover from, as I mentioned. Me personally, I've not had that problem with my guns. Again, it's just my samples. Are there potentials out there of manufacturing defects in particular guns that could cause it? Obviously, yes, that could happen. And that may very well be the case as far as what we've seen with some of these. But guys, this is just my thoughts on it. I think it's a tragedy. I think it's all the way around, particularly when someone loses their life, when someone is injured by a firearm. But guys, there are things that should be done. And I'll have to say, I hate it for the families of those that have been injured, for those that have, especially that family of the airmen. And, I hate it for everyone all the way around. But anyways, guys, those are just a few of my thoughts. Again, the 320, I'm not getting rid of mine. I'll have this thing at the range sometime. I will be shooting it, and just like I always have. But guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Let me know your thoughts down below. And like I say, I've done other videos on this, but this is a problem that is not going to go away. I've not changed my views on it, if you have seen some of my previous videos, but I do believe that it is one that's going to be detrimental to Sig for obvious reasons. And anyways, guys, but one thing I want to say also, never carry a firearm you do not completely trust, period. Okay, if you can't trust that gun, you don't need to carry it. But guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Be sure to leave me a comment down below, like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, check out the links, and we'll see you next time.